Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be an update for the Panner's Pan. Will it be my last update before the finale? I don't know, maybe. That all depends on Jessica Lee. I have no idea where she's at with her project pan, but when she's done, so am I. That's the handshake deal we came up with. We've been doing this project for many years. I don't know, like 6 years. It feels like forever, and it has been so much fun. This project was originally created by Liz, who is Shiny Happy Pans over on Instagram, and she created this project to honor and shout out other project panners, which is just so Liz. I mean, she's always here for the panning community, and I love that about her. And so the idea was to link products to different project panners and set our goals and pan them. Of course, as you all know by now, I made this infinitely more complicated by turning this project for me into a progressive. So every month, whether I met my goal on a product or not, I would bring in another item for another project panner. I think at its craziest, I had like 30 products in this project going, and it was a lot. For the past year or so, I have stopped doing that, and I'm just working on the remaining products. I'm not rolling in new products for new project panners, and I'm trying to hit my goals on everything I have left in this project. Hold on, let me tell you how many products that is. As of the last update, that meant that I was working on 17 products in this project, and I'm a little bit shocked and super excited to report that I've met my goal on 2 more items in this project. I've really been kicking it in gear since I realized the end was coming. Liz originally designed this project to be never ending, and although I love that concept, that's not a really great concept for a procrastinator like me, because I will forever and always tell you I have tomorrow to get to that product. Whereas if I have a hard deadline, I'm a little bit more focused and a little bit more task oriented. So since Jessica and I agreed to end this project when she finishes her last product, I've been much more focused, and I'm so excited to have met 2 goals for this update. Let's knock those out of the way right off the bat. One of them I don't think is any surprise. If you've been watching previous updates, you knew this was coming. It was long overdue. But I have finally finished NARS Rikugian. Look at that little bad boy. Little tiny itty bitty baby. As you can see, I not only had to get to the point where I was sharpening like the plastic base to get to the remaining product, but there is like this little plastic insert that kind of sticks out the center of the tube, which I'm assuming is what they use to like either get the product to get I don't know what the function of that thing is, but there's a little piece of plastic in the center that at this point is what rubs my lips when I try to apply it, not the product. I cannot actually get any product, even though you could see there's still product on there. I mean, I suppose I could use a lipstick brush, but it is not that serious. I am considering this done. Goal met, product finished, it's out of here. I never finish lip products very quickly. I'm a very slow panner when it comes to finishing lip products, but I feel like 2025 has been a relatively good year so far, and I'm so excited to have another lip product empty. I also believe this was one of my project pan roasts products, my 2024 project pan roast items, so even better. I can stop shaming myself for not having gotten this done, because I've been panning it forever and it's finally done. By the way, that NARS Rikugian was in this project for Rebecca S. And I brought it, ironically, I brought it into this project for Rebecca S. because she's such a superstar at panning lip products. And sadly, it took me 4 years or something to pan that little bad boy. But if you want to watch a panner who can fly through lip products, Rebecca S. is your girl. The next product I met my goal on comes from my Heavy Metals palette from Urban Decay. I've been secretly working on this pretty consistently, and it's been a while, probably maybe a month since I met my goal, but it was to hit pan on this shade Acoustic right here. And I know it's not the biggest pan ever, but it is pan and it counts. Right there, I had this in this project for Verity, who is also known as Red Dirt and Stardust on her channel. And the shadow reminded me so much of Koosh from ColourPop, and I had just finished panning my Super Shock shadow of Koosh, and I was desperately looking for a dupe, and when I found this, I rolled it into this project for Verity, and I'm so glad I did. Obviously, it's a slightly different formula. Koosh is more of like a creamy formula, and this is a powder formula. It does have some creaminess to it. It's one of those powder eyeshadows that is a little bit creamy. It was really nice as an inner corner highlight. I also sometimes used it as a lid shade. I am always panning way too many eyeshadows, so I'm very, very happy to not have to pan this anymore, just because it's one less shadow to focus in on. Plus, it's another pan in every palette. So very excited to have another pan going towards my count towards a pan in every palette. I think I'm saying that correctly. So yes, win-win. Very happy about meeting my goal on this item as well. So very excited about both goals met for this project for this month. That means I am still working on 15 more items in this project. I don't think there's any way that I'm going to meet all of those goals before Jessica finishes the project, and I'm okay with that. Whatever I don't meet my goal on, I'm sure you will see roll into another project down the road at some point. Nothing goes away forever, but there are some products that I am trying to focus in on still in this project, and I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I can meet another goal or two before Jessica wraps up her project, but let me show you where I'm at with the remaining 15 items left in this project, and we'll see if I've made any progress. Alrighty, the first product I want to go over is for Liz Shiny Happy Pans, and that is this ColourPop lip liner in BFF. I am working on this slowly but surely, and I do want to stress the word slowly. I've been working on this for so many years, not only for the entire time I've had this project going on, but my 2020 Vision Project Pan, which was a 1.5 year long project before this project. I've been working on this lip liner forever. Obviously, I don't use it all that consistently. There are times in the year when I don't mind this lip liner, and there's times of the year when I despise this lip liner and I think it's very unflattering on me. And I actually like it better in the spring, summer compared to the fall, winter. So I did try to capitalize a little bit on it this past spring, summer. Probably not enough to get it finished this time around, but I do have a new progress line that I was able to make since the last update, like almost about 3 months ago. So a little bit of progress, I'll take it. Like I said, if I don't get it done with this project, you'll see it again in another project down the road. The next item is an eyeshadow single. It's what I tried to put on a bunch of the products today in anticipation of this update, and I am wearing this product today. That is this little single eyeshadow from Looksy Beauty in the shade Halo. Here it is right here. My goal is just to hit pan on it. It is looking crazy. I mostly apply it with my finger, so it's not like I have a specific dip happening. You know, my fingers are big fat fingers, so I don't get a really targeted area, but I do have that all over the inner half of my eyelid today, and this is in this project for Alejandro Lisette. And despite the fact that I haven't had a lot of success with panning this in the past, I actually think this is one of the products that I have the best chance of meeting my goal on between now and the finale. I have really found that I enjoy wearing it very much with this purpley eye look. The main purple is also in this project as well. And I really like this combination. I found an eye base that I could put this on top of that makes it pop a little bit. That was something I was really struggling with, was that I just couldn't get this shadow to pop on my eyelid the way I felt like it should. And I finally feel like you can really see the brightness and kind of that duochrome with the blue shift. I don't know if you could see it, but there's a little bit of a blue shift to this shadow. And I kind of feel like I'm seeing it much more now with the eye base and the purple eyeshadows. So I've been very, very happy about that. I'm gonna keep working to hitting pan. Still so many eyeshadows I'm project panning that I don't stay on anything for too long. But yeah, I think I have a chance of hitting pan on that between now and the finale, depending on when the finale is. But I will keep working on it, and that is in here for Alejandra Lisette. The next item is for a different Alex, that is Alexi, and that is this eyeliner from Jante Blue. Again, another product that I feel like I've been working on forever. This is the shade Electric Blue. I do have this on as my eyeliner on my upper lash line today. Yeah, even though I've worn this several times since the last update, I wasn't able to make a new mark, which is just infuriating me. This is not a soft pencil, it's pretty hard, but I mean, you could kind of see how much progress I've made, but like, that's like 5 years of project panning this bad boy. It's a long time. So, it's just a forever pencil. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna be working on it till I'm on my deathbed or something. And the final product is definitely a product I really haven't been project panning. It's just kind of a placeholder in this project. Unfortunately, I just haven't gotten into my groove with this product ever. And that's really disappointing, but that does happen. I find that to be the case for me. You know, every project, not every project, but quite often an item ends up in a project and I have the best intentions to project pan the product, and it just, I don't reach for it. And it's not that it's a bad product or, you know, it's just at that time, it's not right for me. And maybe down the road, it'll be my favorite product, but right now it's not. And so I'm not gonna reach for it. And that is this guy right here. This is my Maybelline Color Tattoo in Fool's Gold. I probably have reached for this 10 times in all of the 5 years that I've been panning this product. I mean, it just, very minimal usage in general. I can't even say that it's taking forever because I'm not even using it. But I had this in this project for 2 project panners. That is Rebecca Morgan and Jocelyn Claire. And yeah, we're both great people. I miss their YouTube videos very much. I wish they were still posting more regularly. But yeah, this is in there for them and I haven't touched it. The next item is a lip gloss from Lancome. This is in the shade Desert. It's one of the Juicy Tubes, and I have this in here for Linda from Linda Loves Life. I go through phases where I use this very consistently, and then I take breaks from it. I am panning a lot of lip glosses, so depending on, you know, where my focus is, sometimes I am working on this a little harder than others, but I love this product very much, and I'm so glad I've been project panning it. It was definitely an intimidating product to tackle, and I put it in this project for Linda because I just feel like Linda is not afraid to tackle challenging products, and she just keeps going. No matter how long it takes, she's just tenacious when it comes to panning difficult products, and I love that about her. But yeah, I don't think there's any progress from last month. I've used it a handful of times, but nothing to really write home about. The next product is another product that I really can't say I'm project panning. Like, we're gonna use air quotes around the word project panning because it's in a project, but I'm not really panning it. And that is this lipstick from Maybelline in the shade Warm Me Up. This is in here for Christina Chang. And yeah, when it comes to reaching for lip products, this gorgeous pinky nude is never one that I reach for. And this was probably one of my favorite lipsticks for a time, but at this moment, it's just not the one I'm reaching for, and I can't say why, but it is what it is. The next product is for Courtney, who is Triggy 3, and that was an eyeshadow from this ColourPop and My Little Pony palette. Right here is the one I'm supposed to be hitting pan on, and again, not really panning it. If I could get my numbers down as far as the amount of products I'm project panning, maybe this would rise up in my priority list. I do think this is a beautiful shade for fall, this kind of goldeny, orangey shade. I think would be a beautiful shade to pan in the fall time, so maybe it'll have its moment, but I don't know. I'm so focused on a couple of items, and that's not one of them. The next shadow that I'm trying to hit pan on comes from my Master Palette by Mario ABH palette, and that is a shade called Isabel. I have it in here for Shanrell from Shanrell's Stash. Right here, I have used this a couple of times since the last update, but no pan, obviously, and barely a dip. I would say there's barely a dip forming. Every time I use that shadow, I get quite a bit of kick up, and then I'm chasing the kick up for like a couple of uses, and I never feel like I'm really like making any serious progress. Again, another great shadow for fall time. Maybe my usage will pick up, but I haven't been reaching for it a ton. I've been reaching for purples a ton. Okay, 2 more eyeshadows for 2 different project panners, both in this palette. The first one is for Tori, and that is the shade Sheba. I know I used it once since the last update, but that is it. Gorgeous bronzy shade. I absolutely love it. And the other one is this shade here called Jezebel, and that is in here for Katerina. And that is the shade I'm actually wearing on my eyes, the purpley shade. It looks very brown in the palette, but it is pinky purpley gorgeousness on my eyes. It's really one of those shadows that fools me. Like I have a certain assumptions about it when I look at it, but it comes out so much differently on my eyes. I find that to be the case for a lot of ColourPop shadows, a lot of Juvia's Place shadows, and definitely ABH. I mean, what I see, what my eyes are seeing in the pan is not what translates on my actual eyes, and this is for the better, for sure. I love this shadow so much. Yeah, it's just such a great shadow. I do have a tiny dip starting to form there, but I don't feel like I'm anywhere near close to hitting pan on it, and all I can do is keep using it as much as possible and working my way towards hitting pan. We'll see. I don't know. Okay, the next product is for a project panner named Rose. She's a girl boss on a budget, and that is this blush in the shade Rose Shimmer from American Beauty. My goal was to hit pan on it. I don't think it's a true like pan. I think it's more of like a waffle baked shadow situation. And there were years where this was like my day in and day out blush. But for the past 2 years, I've been panning another blush. Well, last year I was panning another blush, and this year I'm panning a totally separate blush. And those have been my main priority, and this is kind of more of an afterthought. I am wearing it as my blush today. I have to be very light-handed with it because I can totally go ham with this blush and go total clown. But I do like it very much, and I'm bummed out that I wasn't able to stick with this long enough to hit pan on it, because if I would have been still using it daily for the last 2 years, I definitely think I would have hit pan by now. But I just haven't been reaching for it these past 2 years much at all. But when I do want a bold pink blush look, that's the one I go for, and I still like it very much. I think I paid $2 and some change for that blush on clearance at Kohl's years ago. I definitely feel like I got my money's worth on that one. All right, up next is my Marc Jacobs Gloss Stick in Wet Your Lips. Wet Your Lips. I'm finally remembering the names of these products that I've been talking about for years and years. Love this product. I have no idea where I'm at or how close I am to the end. It is a product that once you twist up, you cannot twist back down. So I don't twist up very much. I do feel like it's very lightweight. I feel like there's not much product in it. I've been panning it forever, but I have absolutely no idea where I'm at in reality. But when the end comes, we'll all celebrate. And again, I think there's a good chance I could finish that between now and the finale, or not. I have no idea. Okay, home stretch. The next product is the Stila Glitter and Glow in the shade Next to Knot, N-O-T-T-E. I think that's a nautical term, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyways, it is a gorgeous deep red glitter, pinky red glitter, and it is super gorgeous. I'm not really in a glitter phase of life right now. I'm not reaching for glitters on a regular basis, and I don't really have an occasion where I feel like, yes, this event calls for more glitter. I'm basically wearing glitter to work or something like that when I want to get my uses in on this. But I did set the goal of using this 20 times, which in hindsight seems a little insane. I'm not sure why I did that. That seems like a lot. And I only used this once since the last update. So my total usage of this product is up to 3. So I still have to use this 17 more times to meet my goal on this. Probably not going to happen, but never say never. Keep hope alive. 2 more items to talk about in this update. The next item comes from my Pure Visionary palette. I'm trying to hit pan on the shade Innovator, and that is for Sarah Catherine. This is the shade right here. I have a really decent dip going on in there. I actually think I have a chance of hitting pan on this as well. This palette originally started out in Pan in Every palette, and then I took it out of that project because I felt like I had too many palettes that I was panning, and took a break from it for quite a bit of time, and then I brought it back into this project. So I'm still tracking my usage on this shadow for the purposes of Pan in Every palette, because it was a brand new palette when I rolled it into this project, and I'm trying to figure out how many uses it takes to hit pan on that shadow. And so I am still tracking my usage. I don't have it out here with me. I could run to the bathroom and get it, but I obviously am gonna work on this until I hit pan, and I haven't done that yet. But I do think this is another shadow that I mostly apply with my finger. Sometimes I use a brush, but mostly I apply it with my finger, and it takes me forever to hit. That's the one thing I have found out from tracking my usage. It takes me forever to hit pan on the eyeshadows that I apply with my finger. It just takes much longer than shadows that I apply with a brush. With a brush, I'm targeted, I'm precise, I'm going for the same area, I'm working to hit pan. But with my finger, I'm just all over the place, and yeah, it takes a long time for me to hit pan when I apply shadows with my finger, and I do apply a lot of my lid shades with my finger. It's just my preferred method for applying lid shades, so I have found that out from doing Pan in Every palette for so long. But yeah, still working to hit pan. Maybe I can do that by the finale. We'll see. And the final item that I've been working on in this project is this Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand Liquid Highlighter. I do have this on today. I actually wore this on top of all of my powder makeup. I applied all my makeup, and then I put this on top of my powder makeup as a highlighter, and it works beautifully. I very, very rarely ever put liquid products on top of powder products. I put liquid on first and then powder on top, but this works great on top of powder products, and it is just such a gorgeous, gorgeous highlighter. I did roll this into this project for Amber M, who's a good friend of mine and a great person to know over on Instagram. She's very active on Instagram. She's an amazing project panner. And unfortunately, I just haven't been reaching for this that consistently because I am panning other highlighters that I've deemed as ones that I need to prioritize over this one. But boy, this is a gorgeous product. If I was in the market and needed a liquid highlight, this would probably be the one I would buy. It is just a wonderful product, and I like it very much. But I have not been reaching for it that consistently. And to be honest, today might be the first time I've used it at all since the last time I filmed an update, unfortunately. So we are down to just 15 items left in this project. Some items I don't think I'm gonna really get around to using much. Others I think I could hit my goal on. And I do feel like now that the end is in sight, I am more focused, and I am targeting a couple products at a time and working really hard at meeting goals on them. If I'm being honest, the two that I think I have the best shot of meeting goals on are Halo from Looksy Beauty and the Innovator shade from this Pure Visionary palette. Those are the two that I think I have the best shot of meeting my goals on, but I'm gonna keep working on everything as much as I can. I mean, I only have one face, so there is that, but I'm gonna keep trying. So that is it for this update, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will have everybody else that I know of that's done this project in the past linked down below. You could check them out either on YouTube or on Instagram and find other project panners out there. I'll also have every project panner that I've ever talked about in this project linked down below as well. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.